Doomsday's coming. Doomsday's coming. Doomsday's coming. Yep, that doomsday's coming. Man, this life's such a bitch. Doomsday's coming. Doomsday's coming. It ain't raining backwoods. It ain't raining, man. That's part of the song, brother.
I like the rain. Thank you.
All right, man. Let's let me tell Nisi something real.
What up, everybody? We in a good mood over here. We about to talk, like real talk. I don't know, old Tribe over there, he kind of gets a little uppity sometimes, but
What's up, man? What's up?
I was just telling the man that we're about to do some real talk, and I said we're in a good mood over here, and I said, but sometimes you get a little uppity.
Yeah, okay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, VA Roots. Check your email whenever you get a chance. In about 5 minutes. But anyway, so the reason we doing another show, you know, I don't usually do this shit. I usually don't go this late at night or nothing. But Backwoods hit me up, and he sent me a little video he did. I tell you what, man, I could actually just bring up the video and play the video real quick.
Okay, I'm cool with that, man.
You want to do that?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
All right, I'm gonna have to go find it real quick. Let me get rid of this. Oh, okay. Let me run over there, man. And what's up in the chat? What y'all up? What y'all up to, man? Appreciate y'all coming back so late. I know it's late, but it's something important.
Yeah, it really is. We could, yeah, it really is. Look at there.
Okay, hold up. Let me
look at the chat real quick.
Hold up. I gotta. Gina, what's up? I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me get rid of this one. Let me do this. Share. Wait a second. Let me bring this up.
What up?
Why is it doing that? Why won't it
You ought to bring that old shabby joker up here.
go back here.
He ain't got nothing to say.
Share audio.
Ghost
Constitution. Share. All right, you ready? Let's rock it. I'm gonna play this. It's only 2 minutes, but you'll be able to hear what's up. And if you don't get the full thing, Backwoods got it brought up anyway. But here's a little video we're gonna play. I'm gonna bring it up full screen.
What's up, everybody? So, to add on to what Joe Biden did today with his little speech, I want to read something to you. National Archives introduces harmful language alert for records including the Constitution. The National Archives Records Administration has placed a harmful language alert on records in the website's catalog, including the nation's founding documents. The NARA statement warns readers that the documents they are reading may contain harmful language that reflects attitudes and biases of their time. Warnings of graphic, violent content in historical documents are also given. The NARA's records span the history of the United States, and it is our charge to preserve and make available these historical records, NARA states in its alert. As a result, some of the materials presented here may reflect outdated, biased, offensive, and possibly violent views and opinions. Just saying. The knock on your door is about to happen because they are driving up your driveway right now. Just telling you. Love you guys. When you prepare your mind properly, all else falls into place. Backwoods out.
There it is. You want to explain a little bit?
Well, okay. So when you start to read into it, so I went to the actual NARA. This is our National Archives. This is the federal government records. Okay. So I went into the .gov site, and it's basically talking about their statement on potentially harmful content. And it looks like this was done in July 29th of this year. And it says, what harmful or difficult like this is frequently asked questions. What harmful or difficult content may be found in the National Archives catalog? And basically it just says some items may reflect racist, sexist, and man, I can't even read some of these words. Xenophobic, opinions and attitudes, be discriminatory towards or exclude diverse views on sexuality, gender, religion, and more, include graphic content of historical events such as violent death, medical procedures, crime, wars, terrorist acts, remember that, natural disasters, and more. Demonstrate bias and inclusion in institutional collecting and digitizing policies. So
where are you getting this at? Where people are asking for the link to it, but where are you looking this up at?
This is on archives.gov.
There you go.
That's the National Archives. And I mean it's
so what are they doing? Are they opening it? It sounds like to me that they're opening up the gateways for them to attack any paperwork, including the Constitution, to go through it and pick it apart if they seem, if whatever's in it, they can say, oh, well, that's racist. Oh, well, that's hateful. Oh, well, that could cause this. Well, could cause that. And they could take it out. Do you think this is an attack on the Constitution and every other paperwork we got out there?
I do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've made the mention, I've said it before, basically, you got to look at more than just them couple of trees. You got to see the whole forest. When you're moving forward and you're getting this information, this intel, you're seeing it. I mean, it's right there. I mean, they're saying it right there, man. You got to read, you got to be able to read into it a little deeper and, understand that, again, they can easily now come out and say, well, the Second Amendment is harmful. It's offensive to people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about how many people already say it's offensive.
Yeah.
So, and then they're trying to pass these different laws and stuff against hate speech and offensive language and stuff like that. And if you just kind of start to look and kind of let it all sink in there and kind of gather this up a little bit, you're like, You know, what are they fixing to try to do with this? Because, you know, everybody that I've been seeing, especially today, after Biden did his little speech, I've been hearing a lot of people say, we got a constitution. We got a constitution. We'll stand on our constitution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, this is just food for thought.
Let me ask you this real quick. Hey, Virginia Roots.
Hi.
Why do you think we haven't heard of this? Do you think they did this while they were doing all these distractions and stuff, and they started this stuff? Because I haven't heard anything about this. I mean, how did you even find this?
All the distractions, you have to understand, are always a sleight of hand. All this stuff, man, all this fighting, you know, them coming out, hey, we're mandating this stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. We got to pay attention to that. It's freaking crazy, man. But I'm saying, you know, the Afghanistan thing, you know, you know what I'm saying, and just everything's always, it's just, you know, it's sensationalized. You know what I'm saying, and to grab your attention, you're like, yeah, because they know it's going to make you angry, and so, you know, when they do that, they can overhear on with this other hand while you're watching this one. They can be doing what they want to do behind the scenes, you know, just like they tried to slip in when they went to recess. Remember this was just like a month and a half ago. Chuck Schumer tried to slip through a bill in the Senate. He was going to slip it through that said that the federal government takes over all elections. No more state the federal government is in charge of all elections. Ted Cruz happened to be there and be paying attention and saw that and voted no on it. And all it takes is one senator when they're ending a session like that. It just, you know, when they're trying to do something like that, they can, you know, it just takes one senator to say no. You know what I'm saying? But they tried to do this while we were distracted by Afghanistan and you know, the jabber, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I may,
yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
right quick, I read the article when you posted it in the other chat. I read it, and it was dated the last week of July. So
Yeah.
go back, just like you said, about 6 weeks ago, we started to see all of the distractions and the snowball getting bigger and bigger. It's a really good article. I don't know if it's been posted yet. I was not looking at the chat for a minute, but it's worth a read on archive.org. It is alarming.
Yeah.
Can you say, if you send that link to my email, then Nisi can post it in the chat backwards.
Oh, okay. The National Archives or the
well, if you can get a link directly to where you can just go right to it and read, I'm just trying to make it easy on people if they want to go to it and read it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or she can put it in the description too. I'll just get her to drop it in the description. Unless
it was on archive.org. And I didn't save it, unfortunately. I read it and then closed it.
Right.
Here, I'm about to get there now.
Oh, I forgot to unpost. Yeah, it's just kind of deep. Like, you know, Backwoods hit me up and he sent me the link to his video, and I was like, damn, man, that's insane. I was like, man, you want to just go live, man, and talk about it? You know what I mean? Because it should be out there. The more people talking about it, the more people will wake up to see what's going on behind the scenes.
There he is.
What's up, Ghost?
Ooh.
What's going on, peoples?
Prepper Nerd, I appreciate you, brother.
Ghost, what's up, my funky cold Medina?
Cold Medina.
Doing the thing, just doing it. Yeah, I said something a while back when people were raising Cain about the Second Amendment, and I can't remember where I was when I said it, but I told them, I said they're never going to come after the Second Amendment ever. They're going to come after the whole fucking book. You can change one thing about the Constitution. If you can change one word in the Constitution, then you open the door to change everything.
Yep.
You don't need.
Precedent.
They'll never fuck with 2A. They'll take the whole book.
Yep.
Yeah. My foster mother, she's diehard Democrat her whole life. And she's really against having guns in the house and everything. And she talked to me a few times, and I was like, would you ever, go against the second A? And she was like, nope, never. She said, if they take one right, they'll take them all. And that's the difference between the older folks that are Democrat, Republican, and all that. They have a different view on things. They know what's up. Like, it's like it seems like the younger political folks don't really understand that type of shit right there. Like, if they take one, they'll take them all, and they really will. Like, it's not no joke. These are the reasons why we don't take away shit. We don't mess with that stuff.
Well,
Give them an inch, take a mile.
A lot of people don't understand how the government works. Okay, you got the legislative, the judicial, and the other one. The Supreme Court has one job. They have one fucking mandate. That's it. All their job is to interpret the Constitution of the United States. That's it. That's their job, to interpret the Constitution. Not read it, interpret it. Look up the definition for interpret. You know what an interpreter is? He translates one language to another, and sometimes they change the words to make you understand it the way they want you to understand it. Okay?
Yeah.
There's words in English that don't exist in Arabic. There's words in Arabic that don't exist in English, so they can change the wording to make you get the gist of what they want to get across, to get their point across, to make you understand or interpret what they're saying. So if you can put the Constitution under a microscope and find one tiny little crack, like what Backwoods just read, where, the Constitution is wrong, it's mean, it's hurting feelings, then you're giving the Supreme Court full access. If you can find one crack in that foundation, you don't just fix the crack, you usually have to replace the foundation. See what I'm saying? So if they can find one reason to go in there and interpret the Constitution as being wrong from the beginning, that means that gives them precedence to revise or reinterpret the entire Constitution.
Don't forget, they said they would pack the Supreme Court if they needed to.
Yeah.
Forget about that.
It's over. And I even said it, 2 weeks ago? I think we was on a stream together Backwoods when I said it, when I was like, everybody's worried about this Afghanistan shit. This ain't nothing. We leave guns and ammo and tanks and trucks every fucking where we go.
Yep.
That ain't nothing new, but all of a sudden it's a big deal with the U.S. No, we didn't. And then you see videos coming out of the troops destroying all the stuff. When I went to Iraq, everything I took with me, I brought back, because I'm responsible. I'm monetarily responsible for that equipment. No soldiers left any weapons in country, period. The only time a soldier would leave his weapons, and I'm talking about weapons, armor, Kevlar, anything in country, is if he got wounded and he was on a stretcher, if he was in a body bag, or if he was arrested. That's the only three reasons I can think that you would not bring your stuff home with you. But that means somebody else took control of that stuff. So that was nothing but a distraction so they can do this midnight bullshit they do in DC. It's somebody put in the chat, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I like what you said. Somebody put in the chat that they're rewriting our history. No, we're fixing to repeat history is what we're fixing to do. Fixing to repeat history.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what's fixing to happen.
It's some pathetic, sad shit, because 2 years ago, the stuff that we're accepting as normal right now, we would be we would be going fucking nuts. But right now we accept it as normal every day, like wearing your mask everywhere you go, doing this, doing that, 6 foot this, you can't do this, you can't go there without that. 2 years ago, we wouldn't even be having this fucking conversation. But it's a little bit at a time. It's that frog in the pot on the stove. Just slowly keep turning the heat up and slowly keep turning the heat up. People don't see that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's going to smack them in the face. And we had 2 generations of kids raised with man buns and skinny jeans with safe spaces, and bullying is bad. And now those motherfuckers are in charge.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I'm a patriot to the end. I will be to the very fucking end. But and I don't mean this negatively to anybody in the chat. If you think we're not outnumbered, you're a fucking idiot. Okay. If we weren't outnumbered, they wouldn't be pushing this agenda. Okay. They got the numbers, they got the money, they got big pharma, they got big tech, they got all the food, they wouldn't be pushing this agenda if they weren't ready. They're not stupid. They're idiots, but they're not fucking stupid if you follow my meaning. You know, and I heard people talking about, well, we'll boycott Walmart or we'll boycott Amazon. You can boycott them companies for 6 months. It ain't gonna fucking hurt them a bit. They're subsidized. You're not hurting them at all. Don't go to Walmart tomorrow. We'll make them hurting shit. They'll pass that hurt on to the employees that work there. You're not hurting them a bit. They're subsidized by the government.
Yep.
Why do you think when Walmart closes down a store, nothing else ever opens on that property? They just sit on the property. You know, you're not going to hurt big tech, big pharma, none of those idiots. You're not going to hurt them. I mean, there needs to be another game plan, and there needs to be all this. And I mean, it's everybody's pissed. Everybody's making comments. Everybody's coming out of the left pocket, right pocket with the Patriot stuff. And don't get me wrong, I love the passion. I do. I love the passion. Right? But I've been in third world countries. I've seen what happens. I've seen how the government works. I've seen how people react when shit starts getting crazy, when bullets start flying. I've seen family turn on family. I've seen everything fucking implode. And we're sitting here because, you know, we ain't had to deal with no bullshit in over a couple hundred years. And everybody's, oh, we're this, we're that. No, we're not. Superpower. We ain't super shit. We're super fucking stupid is what we are. I mean, we sat back and let them test drive all this shit with Canada. We let them test drive it with Australia. We let them test drive it all over the fucking world, and they saved us for last. And if you think we ain't outnumbered, you're crazy, because we got a whole lot of Monday morning quarterbacks that want to call themselves patriots. Everybody's a patriot till it's time to do patriot shit. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Well, facts. What makes me worry is this came out. Would you say June, July? This came out a few months ago. How much shit has been going on that we ain't seen yet? How much shit have they been hiding, man? We need somebody in the community or a few folks to stay on top of all this shit they're doing behind the scenes when they're passing all these little bills to go through. You know, I ain't the one. I can't stand reading. But it would be nice if we had a couple people that could stay on top of that shit to keep people aware of what the hell this government's doing when we ain't looking. You know what I mean?
The problem is the only way you're getting information is media, and the entire media machine is corrupted. The only info you're getting is what they want you to get, what they want us to get. We're only seeing what they want us to see. You know, I'm still waiting on LeBron James to post a video and tell us how to fix all this shit. You know, he knows everything. He had cheerleaders do all his work to get him through high school. He was a millionaire before he could basically legally drive a car, and he's talking about how he's oppressed, but he's going to fix all the problems in the world. Fuck him and everybody else like him. I'm over it, man.
Bullfrog got a question for you, Ghost.
Let's see, what's the game plan? Honestly, man, I've thought about that so many times. I hate to sound this way, man, and I'll probably get in trouble for saying it, or get on another list like that's what I need to do. But you know, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about this situation. Go watch that fucking Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot.
Yeah.
They won't do with none of it. Nothing. No significant change happens without bodily fluid on the ground. I'm telling you. Everybody's talking CA, everybody's talking RA. That all happened because a lot of people fucking died. Yeah. Everybody wants to scream, let's do a civil war, let's do an R war. Go look at history, man. Look what happened before that happened. A lot of bad shit. But nobody wants to show up. Nobody wants to tell the corrupt government they're wrong. Everybody wants to turn the blind eye because they're getting money stolen in their face. They're getting all this This shit started decades ago. It's been getting out of control for a long, long time. And I'm gonna say the 60s, decades ago. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there ain't no fixing it. The economy's fucked. It ain't never coming back. We done printed more money in the last 2 years than we printed in the last freaking 50 years. We're so upside down in the national debt and the economy. As soon as they do, as soon as this hyperinflation kicks in, bro, it's for real going to be every man for himself. You're gonna, if you're not prepped and you ain't got your shit put away somewhere, you're gonna have to get in line somewhere to feed your family. What are you gonna do?
Hi, Granny.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention right quick, we're all in information warfare with the news and media and internet and all of this crap. You can actually go look up what they're doing in the dark. If someone in the chat knows the correct website, I believe it's congress.gov. But if somebody could please, I'll buffer out if I go to look it up. You can see it gets filed once a week or whatever it is, and you can read every document that gets put on the table.
They're obligated by law to put all
Yeah.
this stuff out there for public access. The problem is they don't tell you where they put it for you to go read it until after it's
Right.
already taken effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I put that book in the library, but they don't tell you what shelf, what row, or nothing. You know, and it's like a 3-story library with, you know what I mean? You just got to go book by book to find it.
Mhm.
They hide it. You know, they're covering their ass. It's accessible to the public, the freedom of information and all that bullshit, but they just don't tell you where you can get it. It's like when you call a company and you get put on hold and you got to talk to 16 different people in a computer. Yeah, they got a customer service center, but nobody answers the fucking phone. But all the information's right there if you need it. If you can just get somebody to pick up the phone.
Ghost,
Yeah, man.
I want to say something. So, Celtic Mud. So what I'm hearing Ghost say is we need to run the white flag up the flagpole. You know what?
If you can get it out of your ass.
Well, at this time, I really think we should. And I'm gonna tell you why, because we have been saying this is coming and saying this is coming, and every time they do something, everybody sits around and bitches about it and does nothing. You know, people tried to dismiss the BLM Antifa stuff. Let me tell you something. That was another one of their test runs. That's all that was. And nobody, you know, hardly anybody got out and fought, man. When we went, it was 15 of us. That was it. And yet I would be on a live stream and there would be, you know, 150 people there. I watch live streams, you know, with 4, 5, 6,000 people in there. And why is there only 15 showing up? And I look and you know, we talk to other folks. I'm just going to say it like that. In some other cities, and they're having the same problem. 15, 20 people show up. That's it. So you know, this is all a big psyop game to see where we're at. And when they only see 15 or 20 people show up, and then they see a bunch of people online bitching about it, and they're not doing nothing, guess what? Man, they got you, bro. They got you. They have got you. And I'm telling you, the last time that I went out there and stood, and there was 15 of us, and we stood out there for like 8.5 hours. It was 100 and something degrees outside. It was hot as on the concrete. Okay, we stood out there, and it got nasty a few times. We had to break up a few fights. It was. I had a guy come and get right in my face and jump at me like that. I'm kitted out, man, and he's just jumping at me, you know. And I mean, man, I look around and I'm like, there's 15 of us, you know, and that's the problem is that each time there's one of these sobs and we just sit around and gripe and there's nobody there. That's why the protest didn't work. That's why us protesting didn't work, because only 15 or 20 people were showing up. And I know this because we get intel from other cities that's not in this state. I'm just going to go that far and let you know that.
Yeah. I mean, America is like Mike Tyson when he got lazy and got his ass laid out by Buster Douglas. You know, he got used to that fact that he was the baddest man on the planet. Nobody could beat his ass. He got complacent and lazy, and he believed the hype, and then he got knocked the fuck out. You know, America this, America that, but nobody shows up to be America. You know? Ride around with that bumper sticker on your car. You're all patriotic. You know, when it suits the narrative, you're patriotic, and they're spinning this narrative to be patriotic. They're going to spin it to do your patriotic duty to turn in your neighbor. It's your patriotic duty to make sure everybody's had the thing. It's your patriotic duty to do this and that and the other. It's your patriotic duty to let us fix the Constitution because it does not make room for 9,000 different genders. Gender is a social construct. It has nothing to do with being male and female.
Well, let me just say this real quick, man. I'm being flat honest with y'all. When I pulled up out there to one of them protests, and I'm gonna tell you something. This, you know, and the military people, much respect, because most, you know, y'all have to do it in a different country. But I'm gonna tell you, it's almost like a different country when you go to a city where you don't go there. Yeah, I mean, that's a new place for you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been there in years and years, and you pull up out there and you kid out and you charge your AR, and people, there's thousands of people around, man, and they're all pointing at you and looking and taking pictures, and the news camera. I've been on the news, man. They come up and got in my face, you know, and started showing all of us, you know. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I was nervous as all get out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was nervous, but I went and did the damn thing. I just wish there would have been 1,500 or 15,000 fucking patriots standing there with us.
And
See,
see,
Would have made a difference.
I think that's the only way that a protest is going to work. It's going to take 1 million people marching through Washington D.C. It's these protests and holding these signs. Look what happened. Look what happened when they're charging people for parading and stuff and keeping them in jail for 6 months. There's got to be something else we can do.
here's the thing that's going to blow a lot of people's mind. Okay, and I know some people might even get mad when I say this, but right now, in my personal opinion, it's too late to protest. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's too late to protest. Because the majority of America and the majority of part-time patriots sat back and watched CNN and MSNBC paint BLM and Antifa as patriots, and they painted the patriots as terrorists, like what happened on the 6th. Okay, that's the people's house. It doesn't close. The doors are being held open by the cops. It waved in. It was shown on national TV, and the national TV still told you were fucking wrong. They broke the law doing what they did to those people because it wasn't even a riot. It damn sure wasn't an insurrection. But the BLM, they got to go out and paint streets and get holidays and get statues for a piece of shit and do all this other stuff. But the people that were actually trying to protect the Constitution, the integrity of the election, what we stand for, were vilified. So now, if we go out and protest and enforce, let me tell you what they're waiting for. They've already set it in motion that if anybody even says the word patriot now equals terrorist, okay? The word patriot means you're a freaking terrorist, all right? You're on the list, all right? So now if there's even a remote little patriot type march, and they could pay a whole bunch of Starbucks employees to run out there and just get a little bit of violence going, get a little bit of bloodshed going, then it's already equals terrorism. And they can come after every single state. You have your harboring terror. What do we do overseas? If they go into South Carolina and blood hits the ground and it's from patriots that are now classified as terrorists, that's a terrorist organization. If you're reaching across state lines via YouTube or Facebook or whatever, sharing your other terrorist ideas, and you happen to live in North Carolina or Georgia, now you're harboring terrorists. Now you get federal troops, you get blue helmets, you get all this other bullshit. They've already painted the narrative and we played right into it. We proved to everybody, the Republicans did, that Biden was an incompetent before the election ever happened. So now when they go to impeach him or they go to remove him, we can't say nothing but thank you very much because we said that beforehand. The problem is the one they want to be in charge is the one that's in the VP spot that's waiting to get there, which was their whole plan in the first place. They just put Biden up there to take the rap.
Yep. Let me tell you something. When the thing about what Ghost is saying with the protests not working now, you got to understand that, back then when it's been, a summer or so ago, you know what I'm saying? Because, dude, when I go out there, I understand, you have to understand that, especially when you go kitted out like that, if there's a gunfight, you're going to jail. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to jail. And we fully understood the consequences of when we went out there, but I was willing to risk that for our freedom, for people out there that couldn't defend themselves. I was willing to risk my whole life for that, because I could have been the first one to get shot and die, but it's too late now.
They tried.
I believe it, man. Sorry.
Mom got a good comment up here. Sorry, Backwoods. It says the Georgia governor already staging National Guard. All right. Here's where people get confused on things. The National Guard's awesome. They're under the control of the government until the president of the United States or whoever is making the decisions in that office decides to federalize the National Guard. Now the National Guard no longer belongs to your state. Now it belongs to the federal government. It's active duty military, just like any other branch.
That's right.
Okay? But don't get lazy and get comfortable thinking he's federalizing. He's got the National Guard armed. He ain't in control of the National Guard if the president says he ain't. It's just, it's literally one swipe of the pen, and now the National Guard is under control of the president.
Absolutely.
Now the commander of the National Guard in that state answers directly to the president. So when the president gets on the phone and says, "Go arrest the governor," that means one man gets to make a decision. Now you're talking chaos.
This is how the pen becomes mightier than the sword. It's exactly
right.
that.
And this is where the most important people on the planet, as far as the United States of America are concerned, come in, and that is your local county sheriff. Because he's the last line of defense. He's the only law enforcement official that swears an oath to the Constitution of the United States, not the state, not the country, not the president, the Constitution, the written word. Now, go back to what you were saying before, Backwoods. If they go in there and completely disavow and do away with the Constitution, what kind of a limbo are we in now? The sheriff swore an oath to the pre-Constitution. Now, will they have to re-swear that oath to the new Constitution? Will some of them do it? Will some of them not do it?
This is why I made the video, and this is why I hit Tribe up about it, because this is a serious deal.
Oh yeah, it's look, I said it 3 or 4 months ago. It's gonna be a fucked up winter. Everything's gonna hit come October, November. Watch and see. When it's cold and people are hungry and they can't eat their house, that's when that second foot shoe's gonna drop. And
It's coming.
When you can't feed your family, you'll do what you got to do. It's just that simple. They don't got to come for your guns. All right, they're gonna get you to bring your guns to them. Get a box of MREs to feed your kids.
That's kind of the statement that I'd made about in that video. I said, they're about to knock on your door, and I said, because they're coming up your driveway now.
But let me ask you real quick. You, Backwoods, and Ghost, and Virginia Roots. I want all three of y'all to answer this as serious as y'all can. Do y'all truly believe what y'all just said? Do y'all truly believe that's what's coming, and it's coming in the next 6 months, year?
I don't think it's 6 months. I say 90 days.
They're gonna make it so hard on us. They're gonna strip the food. They're gonna strip everything from jobs, money.
They already are.
We're gonna
They already are, man. Look at.
but
Yeah.
By year's end.
Right.
Go ahead.
By
Virginia.
year's end. That's
By year's end.
By year's end. Yep.
I just look at.
We've never imagined.
I look at it. I see. Let me just explain. It'll only take a second. what I see the government doing is it's like they're trying to egg us on to do something, right? I think they do want us in the streets. They want us to rise up. It's like they're setting us up.
They
So
are.
then I think about the only reason I think we haven't rose up and done anything is because we're too comfortable. And this is a way for them to make us uncomfortable enough to where we do something and then they can do what they do. And, because they have unbelievable confidence that they can just beat everything that there is when it comes to us. They're not worried about us at all standing up.
Yep.
I mean, look at your average American. Your average American thinks that elections work and they're fair and equal. I mean, all this shit going down, people are still saying, well, you just wait till the midterms. Wow, motherfucker, it didn't work last time. And they're using the same system. How's it going to change now? That's the
Well,
stupidest thing.
they're not going to let it get to the midterms. That's the point. It'll never.
Right.
They're not going to let it get that far.
Native said it earlier. The republic, it's already fallen.
I agree.
So what can we do, man? We sit around, we talk about everything that's going to happen. Everybody asks the question, what we can do. Everybody is one. I'm even wondering, what the fuck can we do, man? Because we're still trying to live our lives. We're still trying to take care of our family. We're still trying to hang in there the best we can. We're all upset. People going crazy, and deservedly so. But seriously, man, what can we tell? There's people that come to our channels and come to this YouTube shit, man, for somebody to give them some kind of direction and what can they do. And the only thing I can think about is the same old shit: is get some food, get some water, get some protection. Is that all we can do, man? Is that all we can do right now?
No, I mean, obviously that's the first thing. But, I mean, we've given all the power to these asshats in D.C. All right? I mean, the only thing positive on our side is they're going to go for the population centers first. All your big cities are going to be shut the fuck down. They're going to control the food and they're going to funnel the food to the big cities because they're going to try to keep the people fed. They got to feed the slaves. The people out in the middle of the woods, out in the middle of nowhere, like us, going to be all right for a little while because there aren't enough troops and there aren't enough blue helmets to patrol, the entire country. But if they can shut down the food to that part of the country, if they can, I don't know, maybe get a couple of billionaires to buy up all the farmland and stop farming, or make the land unarable, and hit in the middle of the wintertime when we as preppers can't grow gardens. It's the middle of the wintertime. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to figure out a way to grow inside. It's all about the food. Food is a weapon. Control the food, you control the population. And if they can control the population in these big cities, wall them off like all these sci-fi movies, which most of that shit's coming true. You can laugh if you want to. Look at it. If you can control the population, then you can control what goes on in the country. There's going to be outlying places. There's places in Colorado, Utah, Idaho, kind of nowhere where they're probably never ever even going to go because there's going to be so few people there. They really can't mess with the agenda.
I got to say this, man. I used to look at like North Korea and Russia, and you would have conversations with people and stuff, and you would think to yourself, I couldn't imagine being worried about saying something and my government would come and lock me up for years or attack my family and stuff. Do you know that I'm not afraid? I'm going to go for it until the shit goes down. But I honestly worry about that now. When I get on these damn live streams or when I'm on the phone talking to somebody, I'm actually worried about what the government's going to do to me. I would have never thought that could happen in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's craziness, man. We got to worry about what we say because they're putting in shit and mandates and passing all these pieces of paper signed by these crooked some bitches up in. They're going to start coming after. Look at Facebook, and they're attacking people who's just trying to prepare for life.
Here's the crazy part. Now that they're reclassifying the term patriot as terrorist, now you're a terrorist threat to the country. You don't have rights anymore. You don't get the right to an attorney. You don't get a lawyer. Your ass goes to Guantanamo Bay. There is no. You don't have rights. If you get picked up and it's a possible or potential terror threat to the country, you don't have rights. You don't get a phone call. You don't get an attorney. You don't get your word out because the media tells everybody what you're saying, even though that's not what you're saying. Look at the six. We have no control. We have no control. Am I saying run the white flag up the pole? The white flag's been up the pole. We just didn't know it. The flag's been flying upside down for fucking months. You know, what are you gonna do? You know, I say store up as much food as you can, get a plan on the way, try to take care of your family as best you can. If that means you gotta take the jab, take the jab. If you can resist, resist. If you can move, move. Get your family or you yourself in a better situation to where you can do what you want to do for as long as you can possibly do it, do it. If that means leaving the country, get the hell out. You know, if I could, without, family issues that I got, I'd have been gone a long motherfucking time ago. Because it'd be way easier to fight this bullshit somewhere like in the mountains of Mexico or somewhere in South America. You know, because this TV media manipulated world that everybody's living in with the VR and the video games and all this crap, it ain't, man, it's not real.
And this right here, this social media, man, it is taking over. And they shut us up. I mean, they haven't shut us up yet, but we're too small. I guarantee you, they ain't gonna let this shit slide if we get too many more people watching. They ain't gonna let this shit slide. They're gonna be shutting us up right and left.
Look, everybody up here on this panel and everybody in the chat that's made a comment, you're already on the list. You're already in the algorithm. That's why they call it an algorithm. I mean, so, you believe what you want. I'm anonymous because I got a Proton Mail this, or I'm anonymous because I use this other server. Who the fuck you think built the server?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's a reason Facebook has never crashed. Okay. There's a reason Facebook has never crashed. Government funds those servers. That's them. Every other website on the planet has fucking crashed, not Facebook.
But see, they used to say that. See, that's what gets lost once something goes on for a long time. Because if y'all remember when these Facebooks and MySpaces and all this shit really started, everybody older talked about it and said, this is a way for them to gain information on you. This is a way for them to get a picture of every single person walking the planet. This is the way, you know what I'm saying? And now it's ran so deep within us, we don't even talk about that anymore. We just get on here, show our face, talk about whatever. I mean, and I'm just to the point where they know who I am. What fuck it, man. I'm just gonna fucking stand up, and if I end up going to prison or I end up fucking dying from these bastards, then so be it. What else can we do? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna shut up. Fuck them.
People don't realize, I mean, if you're as old as I am and you go back far enough to where MySpace was the thing. Let me tell you something. If you don't know what MySpace is and you didn't have any experience with MySpace, it was the coolest thing ever on the internet. I mean, you could share music, poetry, all this kind of stuff. MySpace was awesome. It blew the internet up. Then all of a sudden, Facebook comes out from some jackass. All right, let me tell you guys something. I've met Mark Zuckerberg on more than one occasion. All right, I watched him wreck his Lamborghini 3 times on the same street within 100 yards, running into fucking the little things where you put money in the park. He is an idiot. He can't. All right. Intellectually, he might be super, super smart, but it's the weirdest cat I've ever met in my life. So to say that he came up with this all on his own and he had the 2 twins and there was a lawsuit thing, Facebook compared to MySpace, even right now, if you look at MySpace in its prime and Facebook right now, MySpace would whip its ass. It had way more stuff to do. It was cool and fun and interactive, and it was owned by the people, not the CIA, not these alphabet companies that funded Facebook that came in and basically shoved him off the internet.
Yeah.
To this day, MySpace is still better than Facebook. I'm telling you. But it ain't owned by the government. They had their own little company, and they decided to go out there because they saw how fast he reached millions of people. And they're like, man, this is the best way to get out there and get this shit done. And they did it. You know, to this day, MySpace is still 10 times better than Facebook. You got millionaires still investing money in MySpace trying to bring it back to life.
I ain't on either one of them.
Nope.
I don't do either. I ain't done Facebook in a while, and I ain't done MySpace. I mean, I know I still got a page, but I ain't been on that. Hell, I can't even remember my passcode. Because once Facebook come out, I mean, they basically shut MySpace down to the point where all it was a music sharing platform, and then they made that illegal.
I'm just going. I'm just gonna say, how you feeling, Virginia Roos? You know, the other night when we talked, we hung out a little bit. You know, I know everybody's upset. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to call you out or anything, but how you doing? How you feeling? How you holding up?
Doing a lot better than last week, and so is my son, which is more important ultimately.
Good.
You know?
Awesome,
His
awesome.
girlfriend, she really got it bad, but they're doing good. I wanted to address your question from a few minutes ago about what do we do. I think all of us sort of yelled at each other pretty much every day. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? And what always comes to my mind is that it looks different for everybody. I live in a place where I have resources and things that other people don't, and vice versa with all of us, you know. So Rip Curl actually had a good answer to that regarding starting local. It was a little ways up. I'm trying to go back, but
I can
really
put it up there if I
your
look real quick.
your own backyard, kind of like Wizard of Oz. You know, you've been looking everywhere and it's in your own backyard. That's what you need to be prepared for. Do you have resources like water? Then maybe it's not the thing you spend the most money on. Are you able to fish? Are you able to hunt? Maybe you know what I'm saying? If we don't walk in each other's shoes, that's right. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. All right.
Yep, that's the one.
Honestly, I get scared.
Self-sufficient as much as you can with where you are in your circumstances is how I feel about what do we do. And then go local, get on that pen, go to the local meetings like Northern Girl did today. Go and listen, talk in, ask questions, get involved, talk to these people. If you look at C-SPAN, you can watch local councils, you can watch the federal meetings, and even in public forums, only a few people show up.
Yeah. I mean, if everybody showed up to your city halls and your governor's house, and you were like, we ain't doing this shit. Period. We ain't doing it. If one voice said no, the shit would stop in 24 hours. They would have to come back and regroup and get a new game plan. But everybody's used to getting that free check not to work.
Yeah.
You know, most of the population's been brain fucked by all this stuff that it's been shoved down our throat for the last 15 years. You know, and I mean, and don't get me wrong, if you want to be sexually creative, that's on you. I don't have to deal with it. That's on you. That's your choice. You ain't gotta go fuck up Walker, Texas Ranger. Okay. How do you go fuck up and do a repeat of Walker, Texas Ranger, the most masculine TV show ever with Chuck Norris? And now, in order for it to be on mainstream television, it's got to have at least 2 transgender people, a couple of gay people, a couple of lesbians. You know, that wasn't Walker, Texas Ranger. And now you got to have a black Superman. Why? He was white. He was an alien. He just happened to have a skin tone of white. He wasn't a Caucasian American and owned slaves. He was a fucking alien from another planet. But now you got to make Superman black, so it crosses these lines. And don't get me wrong, everybody knows I ain't prejudiced. Black, white, yellow, or green. Everybody's a dick till you prove me otherwise. But they got to make it. They got to make it an issue, just so it's like socially. It's a fucking bullshit.
But
You know,
I say this. I guarantee you, it was probably a white person that wanted to make Superman black. Not that I give a shit. You can make him anything you want. I don't worry about shit like that. But I guarantee you, it was a white dude who said, "Man, we should make."
They're making money on it.
And plus, it's that whole thing, man. They're always looking for ways to piss people off and do things and get people stirred up, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, now we're pissed about Superman, and they're passing this law backwards. Was talking about distraction. You know what I mean? I mean, sorry. So if all right, so with that logic, and everybody knows my racial background. All right, I'm part black, part Native American, part white, and a whole bunch of other Scandinavian stuff. So the race does not come in the cards for me. My son-in-law's black, and I got 2 mixed grandkids. So if we're gonna make Superman black just so it's socially acceptable, does that mean that we're gonna redo Roots and have it an all white cast? I mean that's right, isn't it? Can we retell that story so it goes for white America and then have a White History Month as well? I mean, the way they're playing this narrative and putting half of America against the other half of America, I'm tired of hearing it, man. That horse is gone. It's out in the pasture. It's dead. Leave it alone. You know, we got a country to fix. We got people to fix. We got people to heal. With this sickness going around, they're still playing this black against white bullshit just to keep
I tell you
everybody.
this. I tell you this. I don't think race is gonna be an issue when this shit hits the fan.
That's the
The
point.
shit that's coming at us, man, we ain't even gonna be thinking about white and black no more. We're gonna be thinking about hunger and stomach pains and scared to say shit and you know.
But then it'll be too late. They keep you all the way distracted till they kick you in the balls.
Yeah.
You know? Look left, look right. Now you can't breathe. My foot's up your butt. You know.
And I guarantee you, I'm not trying to speak for anyone, but I can tell you, not one of my black family or black friends give two shits what color Superman is. It's not it's not the people doing this shit. It's the elites. It's these people up top trying to put shit in place to fuck with us, man.
Bro, let me tell you something. In school, I started an argument over Superman in biology class. And I don't know how it came up about Superman. I said, so wait a minute. Superman's a plant. He's pretty much a tree. And what are you talking about? I said, well, he has to have the sunlight to live. He has to go up there and get recharged by the sun. That's what gives him his powers. So technically what you're saying is Superman is a plant. And there was this huge argument. How can you even say that? You can obviously see him being walking around. No, but he'll die without the sun.
But you know what, Ghost? And I'm not trying to shit on you, brother. You know I love you to death, man. But it's like, look where we're going. Right? Like we get up on this thing and here it is. They got shit being put in place to attack our Constitution. We got all this shit going on, and here we are going back and forth about fucking Superman. It's working, is all I'm saying. It's working.
Exactly. And that's media. I mean, who would have thought putting a thing on mainstream media about Superman being a black guy would completely turn the country upside down, or they can go run past me blocks. That's the whole point, bro. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Every day, all that. And somebody please tell me why John Stamos has been front page news for the last 2 weeks, because he hurt his finger, and they're posting pictures of him all over the friggin' internet, you know, in his mask, in the hospital, assuring his fans he's okay because he hurt his finger. People are dying. I don't give a fuck about your finger. It's just all these distractions, man. It's just there's so much traffic. There's so much stuff going on. People can't even focus and make a decision. It's blows my mind.
I got a question for y'all. I don't know if y'all was paying attention, and anybody who was watching it back then are going to be like, yeah, where the hell did he go? Back about, I would say it was probably 9 months ago, somewhere around then, maybe a year ago, Scott Baio was a big voice on YouTube dropping videos, and he was, pro-Trump. He was saying how fucked up California is. He was going against Newsom like a son of a bitch. And then all of a sudden he disappeared. I ain't seen him at all. Did they get rid of that dude?
Yeah, he's it's if you're not playing the game, if you're not spitting the narrative, you're not important.
I think they must have shut him up, man. They must have shut him up because he was going hard, man.
Yeah. And people don't even realize it, you know. Why in the hell would anybody take life lessons from LeBron fucking James? Or political lessons or business lessons? Or why would you let that be his role model? You know?
They do it all the time, man. It's just like that Cardi B chick.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but the way they do it is so obvious, but yet they do it. They'll sit there and pick. And look, I don't have nothing against Cardi B. You know, she is who she is, and she has her thoughts and views and stuff. She's just being used.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it should show you right there when they start using people like her and people that really don't know nothing, and that's who they're using. It should show you right there. You shouldn't be listening. Stop listening, and find out who put them in place, because that's the enemy.
Did you see the interview where she interviewed Biden?
Thank you. Yeah, I seen parts of it, little clips and stuff.
God, that was a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
what
crazy, man.
And Michael Obama, when her husband was still in office, or his husband was still in office, was talking about how she was a role model. I'm lost. I mean, we're talking about a stripper on stage at the club on camera. You can still look it up right now, and you can see her take a beer bottle and put it places where it does not belong.
Mm-hmm. And she talked about robbing the tricks.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
but she's a role model.
But here, take political advice from this chick.
Yeah. What the fuck?
But they don't care, man. They don't care. They push these people in front of our kids. They want your little 5-year-old girl to watch this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You saw the cereal, right? You saw the picture of the cereal I saw at Walmart, right? The gay pride cereal, Kellogg's. Oh yeah, Kellogg's has got a. You ain't seen that? Oh man, I almost peed in my pants in the middle of Walmart. I want to show this to you.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. That cereal was fucking good, man. I went and bought 3 boxes.
Put me on the big screen, brother. Put me on the big screen. Y'all check this out.
I'm about to go buy another box of that shit. It was good.
Now, this is Kellogg's. This is Kellogg's. Together with Pride. I'm going to read it to you. I'll read it to you. It says, Kellogg's is donating to GLAAD to support the media advocacy work and accelerating acceptance for the LGBTQ community. Feedback panel. Now, as a kid, when you sat at the table before you went to school eating breakfast, what did you always do?
Read the fucking cereal box.
Back of the cereal box. Indoctrinating the kids to say this. Not saying this is normal, but it's the way you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be a male or a female. You're supposed to be fluid. You're supposed to be whatever society tells you to be.
Appreciate you, nerd. No doubt, brother. All love.
And the messed up thing is, I got lesbian and gay family members. I got no problem with somebody being lesbian and gay. I don't give a shit.
Just stop pushing it to the fucking kids. Push it to the parents if you want to, but don't push it to the fucking kids. You're setting it up for fucking kids. Now I gotta hide fucking cereal boxes from my grandkids and shit.
Yeah.
Well, Fruit Loops was always kind of gay, you know.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Didn't worry about Tony. Didn't worry about Tony the Tiger there a little bit. Now I know.
Man, I don't care what y'all say, man. I'm telling you. Man, you smoke a big fatty and you get a box of that cereal, man, that gay pride cereal. That shit's colorful and got all them marshmallows in it, man. They're soft and man, I'm telling you what, bro, with some milk. Man, y'all don't even know what life's about, man.
Did you find those at Walmart backwoods?
No.
Oh, must be a North Carolina thing.
They don't have them here.
Oh shit! Maybe I have to mail you something.
So how can we? We started this stream off. I'm not trying to take away from the fun, but I just want to get it in real quick. We started off because it seems like they're trying to attack. Well, they're trying to attack the Constitution and they're trying to attack other stuff too. Like they're putting in place things to set themselves up to take out anything they want. What can we do, man? Do we write somebody about that certain thing that Backwoods showed at the beginning of the show? What can we do about that, man? Is there any way that we can combat that? Virginia, you got any ideas?
Well, yeah, you write your representatives and your local representatives. I am relatively certain, again, if someone knows, I think it's congress.gov, but you can see everything they put on the table to get signed before and after it's signed and when it becomes active, when it was introduced, and read the whole thing. Now, I don't think you can find the 1,000-page memos they put out. I'm not sure about that, but get to know what's going on by actually reading their documents. Let their own words teach you in your mind and damn them. Don't take someone else's interpretation, particularly with the local, because we fortify our local people and our state representatives, and then we send them over to the big house, and that's where it all goes to shit.
No
So
doubt.
yes, you can write, you can go into the meetings, you can do all of that, absolutely.
In a
And
perfect
we're-
world,
Look what Ghetto Preppers just said.
And we gotta, I'll put it up there. And what we gotta do is watch what's coming next, because now that they done put that in place, now we gotta watch what they're gonna do with it. Am I correct?
yeah.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And that's
Yep.
what we gotta
Ghetto-
fight
Ghetto-
against.
Yeah, Ghetto Prepper's got a good point. If that would work, see, now you can't even educate your kids anymore. They're gonna make homeschooling illegal. Number one. Number two, if you go against what's going to be taught in the schools, they'll lock your fucking ass up. They'll take the kids from you. They're going to indoctrinate the kids because that's the way it works. You get the kids to believe in a certain thing, and all you got to do is wait 10 years. Mom and daddy are too old to argue anymore. You know what I mean? You don't have to change the world in a day. All you got to do is change the kids. If you get to the youth and you fuck their head up, all you got to do is wait one generation, and it's a whole new fucking world, and we're dealing with it right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's why and that's the thing is the stuff that went on in California the other day. I think it was Sacramento or something about the teacher with the Antifa flag and stuff. You know, them luckily people were paying attention, and you know, someone paid attention and got enough people to show up to where there was people outside. There wasn't 15 people that showed up. There was a bunch of freaking people that showed up, and they're making changes there. But see, what this is what I was saying we should have been doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you know. But everybody's been happy with, kind of like with Ghetto Prepper just said, you know, terms and services of this device. We signed it away right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, why do you think they make cell phones now where you can't take the batteries out?
Yep.
You can turn your cell phone off all you want to. That motherfucker's still on, son. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why they made it where you can't take the batteries out.
Yeah.
They're losing money doing that, but they're doing it because it's control. Because when you can take the batteries out, most people, I know I did. I had like 2 backup batteries in my briefcase. You know, I had like 3 batteries in my phone, so I could swap them out because they died quick, and they make money on selling those extra batteries. You know, so they're gonna not have extra batteries, just one battery for the same price. That's not a business move. That's not smart. That's not a smart move. But it's smart if you think about the simple fact that now that phone is always on. Even when your battery completely dies, the phone itself holds a residual charge for I think up to 24 hours, maybe longer than that, where they can ping a location, they can turn on the camera, they can turn on a microphone, the whole nine. Access all your stuff.
And it's more than just your phone, because I have a GoPro, and it says I can go live from the GoPro without having anything hooked up. My TV is a smart TV. There you go. This laptop, it's everywhere, man. They bombarded our lives with these things of control that we don't even pay attention to. I don't know how many times I've downloaded that app to my phone and just like, yeah, I accept. Let me get on this damn app. We don't go through and read all that shit.
Oh, I got 2 ideas. Number one, it's literally turned into Minority Report, that Tom Cruise movie, to where you can do the pre-crime and figure out who's going to do what by an algorithm. And number 2, what were you saying? Because I had a good one and I lost it.
You know,
No,
you know, there was a saying that was said a long time ago, and it said there will be an eye in every home.
Oh, there already is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's man. And here's the thing. I mean, if we were really hardcore and we were really going to go down this road, we would all turn our computers off right now, burn them, and never talk to each other again and live our lives as preppers. Because every time we get on here and we communicate, we're adding more to their algorithm. We're adding more to the list. We're giving more ammunition away, but it's the only way we communicate. So we're basically backed into a corner. So, I mean, once you start down this road, it's time to either shit or get off the pot, because it's not like they're going to let you off the list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and You know, I mean, it's going to come to the point to where Tribe, your niece and the kids got to hop in the van and head south, link up with me and Native. We'll swing by, pick up backwoods, and head over to Hudson's place and get the community going. Roots, you can just head east and meet us in the middle.
Okay.
You know, I mean, there's going to be pockets around the country, like in the Carolinas, where there's nothing, like out there where Hutch is, like out in the Midwest. There's going to be pockets where they're just not. It's not going to be monetarily feasible for them to send troops and do dumb shit, you know, for years. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be 1800s type living. You know, it's going to be straight. You better know how to grow shit. You better know how to kill shit. You better know how to, you know, get shit done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Well, we had an hour and 10 minutes, man. I just wanted to get on here and do a little live, man, to get this stuff out there, man, and get some words out there. So I ain't gonna run it too late. It's already 3 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. But I appreciate y'all coming. If there's anything y'all want to talk about, though, I ain't got to cut it right this minute, but I'm gonna cut it in the next few minutes if we ain't got nothing else.
I do have one little thing here. This happened in Northwest Arkansas yesterday. Man arrested after refusing to wear face mask during Fayetteville City Council meeting.
Are you kidding me, man?
Oh.
So it's here. It's here. It's here. That's what we were just talking about on the last stream with Lynn from Homestead Oz, man. People, that's what they're doing over in Australia. They're arresting people for not wearing the muzzles.
Then they put them in jail and don't give them a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have one thing I want to say. I went live tonight and I explained a few things, a little bit of closure.
Let me read this. Let me read this real quick.
Go ahead.
During the city council meeting, a city employee, no, just listen. During the city council meeting, a city employee told Mayor Jordan she felt uncomfortable being in city council chambers with people who were not wearing masks.
Tell the bitch to go home.
Other people asked why the city's mask ordinance was not being enforced. The mayor said those people not wearing masks should have been kept at the door. And the police chief says he reminded people without masks of the ordinance as they walked out the door, and they refused to leave unless they were given a ticket. And the mayor chose not to enforce the mask ordinance. But this guy got arrested, though.
So how did he get arrested? You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous, man.
They said, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Everybody that doesn't have a mask has to leave, the mayor exclaimed after these people started saying they didn't feel comfortable.
Right.
They were uncomfortable. Remember them words thing, what we started to stream out about.
Right.
Yeah.
With the Constitution. It's all about the words, man.
Yeah.
Then so basically the mayor asked him to leave. He didn't leave. They arrested him. And basically, yeah, they arrested him, man, and he's charged with violating the mask ordinance and has to pay a $500 fine, it looks like.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It's fucking
Like
stupid.
where I'm at, nobody gives a shit. If you want to wear it, wear it. If you don't, don't. I mean, ask Native. I mean, he'll tell you that. I mean, if I go into like big joints and shit, honestly, I don't mind wearing it. I have a really comfortable. It's not even a mask; it's a bandana that just hangs down off my ears. But if it makes people shut up and leave me the fuck alone, I don't like to talk to people anyway. I don't mind doing it. I'm gonna be honest with you. The mask really don't bother me because it's not like I can't breathe. I can breathe just fine. But
Backwards. Was he an example to the rest, or did shit get physical? Does it say anything in there?
It didn't say anything. No, they just told him to leave, and he said he wasn't leaving.
Where did you find that at? So anybody can go check that out.
they told him to leave. Everybody else left, because they didn't want to do the mask, and he didn't leave. He refused to leave. That's what it was. Because you said that the sheriff didn't write the tickets for the ones that refused to wear the mask and left.
It's I just looked up, all right, man arrested for not wearing a mask at city council meeting, and it's the first thing that comes up.
Okay.
Hey, TJ.
Let me try to get this man, because this is that's a long website. Well, I can't post it anyway.
We ain't getting into all that.
I already did. I addressed
We
that
can
on
deal
my
with that shit or some other time, man.
I already did. I addressed that on my stream. I already buried. I addressed that today earlier. You know, I'm done with it.
Yeah, we ain't bringing all that back up.
Yeah. I mean, we ain't going to birthday parties and cookouts together, but I'm good. Oh, but what I was going to say about the channel tonight, though, Tribe, if you don't mind,
No.
I did retool my channel a little bit. I'm not doing any shows or anything like that. I'm only geared my channel directly to the chat and to my subscribers and members. What I'm doing is for my content videos, I'm taking emails, and I got the idea from one of my subs last night to send me an email actually requesting me to do this. And I'm like, that's a really good idea. I'm going to take an email, just like I did with What We Ghost Do, take an email requesting content, and then I'll make a video showing people how to put rice and beans up, how to canvas certain things, how to do rainwater collection, water preservation, specific content-driven videos for a specific email. I'll do a video on it and post a video. Then I'll follow it up with a live stream to do a Q&A on that video for that specific content. No drama, no politics, no religion, just prepping.
That's what's up, man. I can't wait.
Yep.
We need some of that, man. We need some of that because it's like all the prepping channels, man. We're so hyped up off of everything that's going on. We don't do prepping stuff no more. We need a little bit of prepping going on. That's all I'm saying. But I don't know, man. Is anything else anybody else wants to say, man, before I end it?
Just thought it was important to bring this up, man. Words hurt. Remember that. And now they're saying the constitutional words are hurtful.
It's uncomfortable. Freedom is uncomfortable, people. That's your new normal. Freedom is uncomfortable.
It's triggering. Yeah. It's triggering, folks.
Get used to it.
Hurts your neighbor's feelings.
Make sure you check out everybody's channel. Even Virginia Roots, we're going to get her to 1,000 before she even blows up on her channel.
I have zero content. Nobody needs to look me up.
Hey, I'm subbed. All right, y'all. We're going to bounce out. We appreciate y'all being here so late, and y'all still came in deep, hung out in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thanks to y'all for being up on the panel. I'm glad we got this one done, man. It needed to be done. Hopefully people will see it. But we'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate y'all. Peace.